Hey everybody, it's me, Julz again. Sorry for this review being late. Just got new software, you know. So anyway, yet again, it is another episode of Time with Julz. Okay, again, I'm doing a review for the new episode of Young Justice, Insecurity. Okay, yeah, I've been doing mostly Young Justice reviews because it's sort of the only things to watch right now and that interest me in relation to comic books. And also the reason why I'm doing this review late is because we kind of get episodes late here on Guam. For those of you who don't know what Guam is, search it up. We are an island, and even though we're U.S. territory, we kind of get things very late, or just a day late, you know. So anyway, the thing about this episode Insecurity. Pretty much it was kind of like a rise and downfall of Artemis. The rise being her actually building a better relationship with Kid Flash, you know, since they usually pick on each other. And the fall being that it shows in the end that she's untrustworthy and selfish. Pretty much what Red Arrow suspected. And also it pretty much became obvious to me that Red Arrow joining the team was not just to make a good impression with the Justice League. Okay, yeah, it was his dream to become part of the Justice League, so maybe, yeah, that's why he's doing this, joining the team. But mainly to find the mole and prove that Artemis really is a spy, the mole that he's always suspected. I mean, obviously. And we can pretty much see it, mainly due to her connection with Sportsmaster. And since Sportsmaster works with the shadows and Shadows works with the light, pretty much Artemis is the spy for the light, in a way. But what also kind of surprised me is that, about Artemis's family, is that, okay, not just because Sportsmaster is her dad, Cheshire's her sister, but also because her mom is Huntress. Kinda never really noticed that. Well, I never really would have suspected that. Huntress being Artemis's mom, although that would explain her archery skills, even though Huntress mostly just uses a crossbow instead of an actual bow and arrow. And I wonder what happened with her being in a wheelchair, maybe. Maybe she kind of got hurt during a mission, maybe? Or something? You know, it's Huntress. She goes on a lot of wild missions on her own. For those of you who don't know who Huntress is, search her up. She was part of the Batman series of comic books. Trust me, she's like an alternative to the Batman, or Batgirl people, you know, she's an alternative. She's almost like them, you know, vigilante, works hand-in-hand combat. And moving on, pretty much I like this episode mainly because, yeah, again, it was the rise and downfall of Artemis in terms of trust. But I also kind of liked how there were two stories. Story A, Story B. Story A being the mission, Story B being where Zatanna, Superboy, Megan, and Wolf were just by themselves in the cave with nothing to do. And this is the first time that we see what teammates do when they're not on a mission, when they're left out of the mission. Except for Robin. He was with Batman the whole time. It was kind of interesting. Story B. Well, I'm gonna talk about Story B for a little bit. Story B, you kids are very naughty. Okay, maybe naughty might not be the best word, but just very curious. But I would be curious too. Red Tornado, his apartment is up there in the roof. What does he do up there? I mean, he doesn't eat, sleep, doesn't even change clothes. Okay, that was kind of weird to mention, but kind of true. I would be curious too. And I figured, yeah, Zatanna would actually come up with this idea. Considering that, you know, she has that kind of craziness, or wild childness. I noticed that from watching her other appearances in other shows, so yeah, this is pretty much what Artemis would suggest. And for once, we see Zatanna fly with just one word. Wow, you could just fly all this time? Wow. And also, when they were up there, they actually found Red Tornado's android body. Like, wow, is he making a playmate? That was my first thought. Turned out, it was a body. Kind of cute body, though. And also, it was kind of funny when Red Tornado actually came in, and then turns out, oh great, Wolf. He was supposed to bark to let them know he's supposed to play watchdog. Turns out he was sleeping. Oh, Wolf is so cute when he sleeps. And also, what was really funny about Story B was when Zatanna, she actually snapped her fingers and put pants on the naked android body. He really needed pants. I mean, obviously, since we couldn't see his crotch, I was wondering, does this thing have a crotch? I mean, yeah, it's sick of me to mention that, or sick of me to even think about that, but... Okay, if your goal is to be like a human... Okay, I guess it has to be realistic. Story A. Obviously in this mission, it was very clear that Red Arrow was going to poke holes, or pretty much pick on Artemis, since he doesn't trust her. With reason. But also, I loved how Wally and Artemis actually showed a very good, a very progressive friendship, that they were becoming closer, and how Wally said that she doesn't have anything to prove to him, and it was so sweet how Wally said that, and it was wonderful. But yeah, pretty much it was obvious that Red Arrow was going to poke at Artemis, you know, because he doesn't trust her. Another thing I liked about Story A was, well, we see not just one, but two members of the Light. We see Clarion and the Brain, and when they bring in the Starro tentacle, the plot thickens. Okay, they're just a little. We still don't know what their real plan is, but we might have an idea. They are not just trying to reconstruct Starro, they are also making it even more amazing or more threatening. They hooked up something to its pod and injected it with infused it with some sort of chemical, which mutated it just a little bit more, and Clarion zapped it with his dark magic. That was... Okay, so this Starro is going to be a lot worse than all the other appearances of Starro. It's going to be even more amazing. Or maybe they're just trying to make it regenerate faster. But seeing as how Starro has been proven to be a threat in the past, I would pretty much say this is gonna be a really big invasion, in which the next season is called Invasion, or something with the word invasion in it. What I did not like about Story A was pretty much when Cheshire kissed Red Arrow. I mean, come on! The first time we see him without his mask, he's cute. Oh wait, no, there wasn't time. There was another time we saw him without his mask. But he was still cute, and also... Red Arrow, I loved him because of his biceps. Wow, I loved him. I mean, yeah, I love Superboy, but I also love Roy. He was pretty much my second favorite. In terms of cuteness and hotness. Oh, why, you bitch, Cheshire, you bitch! You frickin' bitch! You frickin' cat bitch! Sorry for awful language, but still, I hate another person on the show now as Cheshire. And, okay. The sad part about this episode is now that Wally no longer has trust in Artemis. I mean, you could see, along the episode, they were starting to get closer. They did not pick on each other throughout the entire episode. They were becoming better friends. Wally even... Well, for once, he didn't say anything stupid. For once. They didn't... But then at the end, when... they figured out what Artemis did, sending them on a wild goose chase. He threw the Psy to the ground and said, "Keep the Psy, this is the real souvenir, the tracker." And apparently, Artemis, you are in trouble. Okay guys, that's all I have time for. Subscribe, please watch again. Thank you. Another review. Bye.